Hey everyone, it's Ariel Coco. And today's video I have for you guys a unicorn position, which is coming from a variation of standard position. And if you haven't watched my video on how to do that and tried that one out, I would recommend that you do that first. So you can go ahead and watch that video and then come back and try this one. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, because I will be posting more videos soon. Comment down below if you have any questions or recommendations for tricks. Also check out my Instagram, which is linked in the description below. I've answered tons of questions that you guys have on my highlight stories, and there's also a place to submit more questions. So if you do want to know anything about the silks I use, where I get them, how long they are, and anything else in that area, feel free to check that out too. And if you're having any difficulty with the pose, you can DM me videos and I can look at it and try to help you through it. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to mention is that I do have my silk hanging relatively low. I normally like to have it at about my hip height or a little bit lower, but I was trying out some other positions and I needed the extra fabric. So if you're like me and you have yours hung on a shorter ceiling, I would recommend adjusting with the height and playing with that to see what works best for different poses, because for some you need a lot more actual fabric and for some you need the height above the ground. So figuring out what works best for you is essential. So I'm going to start by coming in front of the silk, right underneath where it's attached, pulling it to the sides. I have to lift mine up quite a bit to get it right on my hips, and then leaning back to sitting down into that so that it stays right where I put it. I'm engaging my core to keep myself upright and holding so that the silk doesn't move. Then I'm going to take my legs to the outside of the silk. It is important not to put them through the middle because then you're not secure and you will fall out. So open your knees and put them to the outside of the silk, and then you are secure and you can't fall out. The next thing I'm going to do is take my toes around to the other side where my hands are and hook them on the silk so that I can hang. And then I'm going to grab up and walk, and then I can bend my right leg, and my left leg toes are going to do one more circle around the silk to push it down and through. I'm going to use my left hand to grab up here, and as I spin my toe, I'm going to grab all of that fabric with it and push my knee around so that I can pull myself up, lift, and then come here. Then you can adjust where you're at. If you need to pull up at all, keep this double stag, and here you have a beautiful unicorn pose. This is good for opening the hips, and you get a really good thigh stretch right there. And when you're ready to come down, you can bring this hip and knee backwards and slide back to here. I also have my toe keeps pointed here so that the silk doesn't move and it doesn't drop out. But if you are ready to come down and you want to fall into standard pose, then you're going to flex your foot and let it come down, pull up, and adjust yourself here. And then you can just fall backwards, hook your knees, and come out of it. You can also do this on the other side. So I will hook that toe, lift, pull it through, and then you get a good stretch on the other side and can do this dynamic pose both ways. And then again, when you're ready to come down, I'm just going to flex my foot, fall into standard, and then if you haven't watched this video, again, I would recommend that you do, because there are a couple fun ways to get out of this. Right now, I'm just going to do this one, come down, and then we are all done. Thank you guys all for watching this tutorial. This one is pretty simple, but it's really fun and pretty, and I know you will all be able to get it. Once again, if you do have any questions, please head over to my Instagram to check them out, or check to see if they are in the description box below, because I always link where I get my silks from there, which is the most common question that I get asked. Again, you can also leave questions or requests for other videos in the comments, and I will be checking those, and I will see you guys later. Bye.